In this video, I'm going to flip through and review the brand new Refresh Brain Dump Journal from Cultivate What Matters. Hi, I'm Kristen, and I post functional planning videos on my channel. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed, and I'll be right back. This is a brand new product from Cultivate What Matters, and I'm really excited for it because I really like these kinds of guided journals, and I love making lists, and that's kind of like a combo of both of these. This is going to launch June 17th, and it will be $32. And right off the bat, let's talk about like what you see here. So I am in love with the Cultivate What Matters florals. Like, they're just so good. I love all of them, and this is a really cute one. This is like my favorite color, like this aqua robin's egg blue kind of color. That's my favorite color. And then we've got these really pretty, almost like wildflower floral motif. It's just so cute. And then here you've got a little bit of metallic foiled gold detail. It says Refresh Brain Dump Journal. And something you might notice here is that we've got a coil on this book instead of the normal the twin loop binding, I think is what it's called, that the power sheets have. This is actually a coil, and that is so awesome to me. I love it so much. So we've got a nice shiny gold coil binding, and then the cover is made out of like a weatherproof plastic, kind of like it's wipeable. You can wipe it off. So right when I got it, I took the plastic off and put it on my desk to look at it, and didn't realize I set it right in a puddle of like condensation from the cup I was drinking out of. And you know, but it's wipeable, so I was able to just wipe it right off, and it didn't, you know, mess it up, because you know, that would have been so sad if I messed it up immediately when I got it, before I even get to use it. So we've got the wipeable cover, we've got the rounded corners here, and this size is, it's a little bit bigger than a 7 by 9. So it's 7 3/4 by 9 3/4. And there's so many pages here. Like, you can see how thick it is. So I'm really, really pleased to start looking through this book and see what's inside. So on the inside, you've got that pretty blue color, and it says Refresh Brain Dump Journal and Cultivate What Matters with the same color detail on it. And I think that's what I really like about this, is that all of the pages have some pretty colors and designs on them. So it's not just a plain like black and white notebook. You've got the mission statement here and a table of contents, which is really good because it's not just a notebook. Like, there's workbook style info in here. So I really love the Cultivate What Matters Habits and Routines workbooks, and what I love about them is that they give you like info, so you can read these pages and kind of wrap your head around like how to do what we're doing here. And it's very similar as well to the prep work that you're going to find at the beginning of your power sheets. So on page 5 here, you have like the introduction, and then you have a dot grid page, so you can kind of take some notes if you like. And I want to encourage that. So when we see really pretty notebooks and stuff like this, it's hard to write in because you don't want to mess it up, right? But what is messing it up? Like, there's nobody going to come and like, you know, put your book on display. This is for you. So whatever you need to do, if you need to highlight things or circle or underline or write some notes, do that. Like, don't cheat yourself out of the full experience because you don't want to mess it up. This is for you. So that's what, like, this book, you're gonna have these info pages. And so I really encourage you to actually get in there, read, take notes. You've got notes pages here. They expect you to take notes. That's why they've given you this page. So don't be afraid to write in it. Don't be afraid to, you know, mess it up, right? It's just, get that out of your mind. I think a lot of times, we're following people in the planner community who make everything look so beautiful. They have really great handwriting, they have really great ideas, they have all the right colored highlighters and markers and the perfect stickers and all that. And that's just something content creators need to do to like have inspirational photos. So that's just a thing. But that doesn't mean that's how you have to use your books. So this is just a little tangent that I thought was fitting with this particular product and other products like this, is that you don't have to make it look perfect, and just write in it, color all over it, do whatever you have to do. Just enjoy the process and learn from it, and don't worry about what it looks like. You don't have to take a picture of it and put it on the internet if you don't like the way it looked, but as long as you got the info you needed to get, then it worked. So anyhow, let's move on with the review. But so this one is saying your days don't have to feel scattered and overwhelming. And lately my days have been. I've had a rough few weeks, and I am so excited to just kind of like dive into this and just really sit down and read it all. I haven't read it all yet. I just kind of flipped through it real quick, and I'm gonna make myself a latte, and I'm gonna sit down after this video and just like devour this. I think I'm really excited to get into it. So down here we have brain dump, and it says noun. A brain dump is the practice of freely and comprehensively transferring one's jumbled thoughts to the page through writing with the goal of bringing order to chaos. And boy howdy do I need that. So I'm really pumped to get into this. I just love how they added the florals up here, and just, yeah, it's just so good. Over here we've got a little quote. It says clarity removes distractions. All right, and then this beautiful page, it says a fruitful, purposeful life requires focus. And then here you've got a list of all the benefits of brain dumps. I'll just list them real quick, but you would want to really like read through this to understand what they all are. Brain dumps can anchor you in the present, reduce anxiety, increase self-awareness, increase productivity, clarify your priorities, and improve your mood. Who can't use all of that? I really feel like clarifying my priorities is something that I struggle with. For some reason, my brain thinks that everything is a priority, and I've asked for some advice in some of my recent videos, and some people have given me some guidance over priorities, and that's been super helpful. I've been trying to keep that in mind when identifying priorities, and so I'm hoping that this book will also help me with that, where I just think everything, if it's on my list, it's just as important as everything else. Like, I have no distinction naturally over something that is more important or more urgent or just a priority in general. Everything has the same weight, and so you can imagine that when that list, the longer the list gets, if everything on that list is like, you know, flashing red, you can see how that can contribute to being overwhelmed and stressed out. And so I'm really excited to like see if this book will help me get a better understanding of how to identify a priority, or, you know, at least maybe rank tasks in the order of importance or urgency or something like that. So then we turn the page, and then you've got your instructions on how to use the journal. And that might seem overkill. Like, you see all of this and you're like, whoa, that's a lot. Like, it's just a journal, just write in it. But that's, for someone like me, I really appreciate this kind of guidance because it removes the tendency to overthink. And that's what I do. I overthink. And then I also get distracted by things that I may have already written, and then I forget to write other things. And so I'm thinking, if I like make myself follow these instructions and do it the way the book suggests to do it, I might actually, you know, have a productive brain dump. So I'm excited about that too. I have a brain dump notepad. It's actually also from Cultivate What Matters. It's really pretty and cute. But sometimes whenever I use that, it just ends up being like a list. Like, I'm not using the brain dump to its fullest potential. I'm just writing things down, and then I kind of stop there. So I'm excited to see how I can follow these instructions and this guidance to help me make a more productive brain dump. And then, so this here has some more info about how you can use it, when you can use it, how often you should use it, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of like good nuggets of info in here that I think are going to be really helpful when I'm craving a little more guidance. So this says using your journal. Let's dive deeper into how to use each section of your journal. So now we've got all of, like, this is just, I love this. I look at this, I haven't even read a single word on these pages, but I'm like, this looks like I'm gonna learn something, and I love learning things, and it just makes me feel so hopeful. So we've got the refresh process, and it's explaining how to use the refresh process. And now let's look at, yeah, so you've got the 4 quadrants here, and this is like how to use those, and it's got examples of different ways to use it. So maybe different types of brain dumps require a different method, or maybe your brain really only likes one certain method. And so these are some just ideas for things that you can use. It's just tools in your toolbox of how you can just get everything out of your head. And I like that the pages are already structured that way, but they're very blank so that you can use whichever method you need, and you don't have to worry about, you know, crossing out headings or anything. You can just do it. You can follow one of these examples, and maybe after a while you kind of develop your own. But there's some suggestions here for each thing. So this here says it's for the Eisenhower matrix, and so you can read about what that is, and then this is the example for that. And then time, category, and tasks. And then down here, so you've got like your steps, your capture and sort, organize, and then list page and open page. And that's, I think, what these are here. So we'll get to what's on these pages in a second, but then over here we have the junk drawer, and this is just if you need like prompts for the types of things that may be in your head, but maybe you've already got so much going on in your head that you've already forgotten about some of these other things. These are giving you some more ideas. You can just kind of scan this list and say, oh yeah, there is, you know, an unmade decision about, you know, which roofer we're gonna hire, and it's, you know, that kind of thing. So that that's really like this, I love it. I love the examples. It's so good. Okay, so then you have another dot grid page with a different quote that says, we can't do it all and do it well, but we can choose to cultivate what matters. And then here are your journaling brain dump pages. So then you have, this is a grid page, and it says brain dump, and then you have your January through December, and then your 1 through 31 at the top. So you can circle the date for whatever this brain dump is for. You've got your notes page here, which I'm assuming, and again, I haven't read every single word on these pages yet, but I'm assuming that these here, so you have like 2 options. You can use it as a list page or just an open page for sketching and such. Those are suggestions on how to use this page. And then over here, you've got the quadrant. And so these are suggestions on how to use this page. And so this 2-page spread would be your brain dump. Let's see, we have a ton of these. So there's so many. So here we've got over 100 of these. So don't worry about making it perfect. Like, don't worry about, oh, I don't have enough to utilize this. Just use it. There's 100. You can use 2 a week and it's great. So just get in there and use it. And you've got 100 of those, or over 100 is what my notes say. And so it starts on pages 16 and 17, and then it ends on page 118 and 119. So maybe there's like 101 of these spreads. Okay, and then you have another dot grid page, and it says choose progress, not perfection. That's one of my favorite quotes. And then here we have journaling list pages. So maybe that's what this is. Okay, I'm getting it here. So earlier I said the list page and the open page was this page, but actually that's where you're capturing. So it says, when you're ready to clear your mind, flip to a brain dump page, set a timer, and write. When you're finished writing, sort each into a helpful category. So this is you're just capturing everything in your brain, everything. And then you can look here as well. And then you're going into the organize and using the notes here and the examples here to take what you've written on this list. You're going to quantify it in whatever way, categorize it in whatever way you have chosen. And then this one here, it says you can take that further, and you have a list page and an open page. So some of the things that are on here, you might want to add them to your list page. And so your list page is a task list with the check boxes and then a due date, and you still have your dates at the top here. So these ones, there's 52 of these. So you could, this could be your to-do list for the week. So that's this here, the list page section. And so you have the 52 of these. And then I'm trying to find here. So then after those, you have another dot grid page, and it says believe in what you can't yet see. And then here are your open pages. So this makes more sense now. I should have probably looked through this before I started the video, but this is real and authentic. So, okay, so journaling, open pages, and that's what these look like. These are these pages. So this little box here corresponds with what these pages are for, and it just says, consider exploring this stuff that you have done here further by using an open page to journal, sketch, or mind map. So you have a blank page that you can, draw out what you want your garden layout to look like, or, mind map all of the things. So say you're trying to figure out how you want to start a project, like where to go next. You can kind of do a mind map where you do the thing in the middle, like the main word in the middle, and then you can just break it off of there. Like, what do you want from that? Well, what are your goals? And then you can break off each individual thing, and it's just a blank page, and it's all together in one book. So you can, since you can circle the dates up here, you have your corresponding lists all together. And I would probably use one of the little mini magnetic bookmarks from Cultivate What Matters to mark your page for each one, and in that way you can get back to it, and then the next time you want to use it, you just flip to that, and then your next open page is there. So that's how I would do it. So then you have 26 of these, and let's go to the end here. So you have 26 of those, and then you have a blank page, and then the bibliography, which I love that Cultivate What Matters includes these in their workbooks and such. This is all of the stuff that they're talking about here. These are, that's based in the books you may have read, right? So this is based on 3 books I know you've probably heard of. So Getting Things Done by David Allen, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, and The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. So those are like the techniques and advice given in those books. Cultivate What Matters has kind of like compiled that all together and taken that knowledge that we've learned from those experts, and they've put it all together in this book to help you kind of have a way to utilize that advice. And I really love that about Cultivate What Matters, is that they tell you that, like, this isn't just stuff they made up. This is all based on, real advice that's respected in the community. So then you have the end page, and this is just letting you know where you can find Cultivate What Matters and where you can find other tools that can help you with your productivity and goal setting and such. And then the back cover. Like I said, I'm super excited about this. I just want to do this. Okay, good. I am a book folder. And this looks like it folds perfectly on itself without getting tangled. You're not worrying about like the back cover popping off or anything like that. This is so good. I really, really, really like this. So like I said, I am going to get going, and I am immediately going to read all of this stuff. I'm excited to just kind of do a brain dump for the month and then make sure that those things that I have, identified as important or whatever get put on my list for June. And I'm really glad that I have an opportunity to get ready and get used to using this before like the school year starts. We've just started summer, so I have all summer to like just get really good at this kind of stuff. And then once that busyness of the school year starts again, I feel like I'm just gonna be a pro and I'm gonna have it all together. Well, that's the goal anyway. So anyhow, like I said, this is launching on June 17th. I have a link to Cultivate What Matters in my description. When you use that link, it will automatically apply my coupon code, which is just my name. It's Kristen Kramer. Mind the spelling there, but if you use the link, it should add it. If not, you can type it into the promo code box, but that will get you 10% off of your purchase. And that is an affiliate link, so I thank you so much for using my link and thinking of me whenever you shop. It's so helpful. It allows me to purchase the items that I review here on the channel. Although this actual book was gifted to me by Cultivate What Matters, I definitely would have purchased it if they didn't gift it. And I'm really, really pumped about this. This is just a phenomenal book. I'm excited to use it. So you can find a link to the Cultivate What Matters site in the description. This doesn't launch until June the 17th, but there's also some really great items such as the Habits and Routines workbooks, and the annual power sheets are super deeply discounted. You still have 6 whole months left of use of those. You can get your prep work done and have goals for the second half of the year at such a discounted price. It'll be less than $30 if you use my code to purchase a set of power sheets now, and then you can just kind of get used to them for whenever the new power sheets launch later this year. But I really love the Cultivate What Matters products because of how much teaching you get from them. It's really, they're really great products. So anyhow, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, please consider subscribing, because I post videos like this on my channel. So if you liked this one, you'll probably like those ones too. And I'd love to see you in the next one. Until then, embrace your imperfections and just be you. Bye.